Hello, everyone. Welcome
Uh,
to A Lift to Work.
Hello, I'm Kate,
And I'm Tina.
and we are going to take you on a little seasonal voyage of discovery.
That
So
we
we
are.
we have got seasonal specials for you, a little series on surviving the winter and Christmas period. How does that sound, Tina?
Sounds excellent. I want to be my best self through this time of year, so let's go for it. What we
Yeah.
traveling in?
Oh, well, because we are talking about Christmas, it doesn't really start, does it, until the Coca-Cola lorry.
Hmm.
Yeah, everybody, the holidays are coming. So today, it's Coca-Cola lorry.
Yeah. Other fizzy drinks are available, but I think we all pretty much know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
I wasn't sure whether are we allowed to say that?
I
Well, we
think
are
it's
now.
fine. We're not endorsing it. Other drinks are available, but everyone does know what that is. And Kate, what we're talking about?
So today we are talking about managing finances at this time of year. We all know that Christmas, especially, can be expensive, which leads to a lot of stress. So we're going to give you some handy hints, tips, and little skills to avoid that Christmas financial drama.
Yeah, because I think that it's one of the things, isn't it, that build up to the money that you might spend or not, or be able to or not in this period of the year. It does intensify for people, and you see lots of podcasts and information, don't you, about like, oh, don't get yourselves into debt, and I think it is quite a worry in people's heads. So Kate and I are just going to give you some like thinking and practical stuff that you might do to not get in that place.
And even if you are, you normally want to splash out, it's finding ways that you can still do that, but be savvy about how you do it.
Yeah, I agree. So have you got some suggestions to get us started, Kate?
Well, I have. I'm going to give you first a little bit of fact, because we all like statistics, don't we, really?
Oh, I like a fact. Go for it.
Tina, how much do you think an average family of four, spends on Christmas?
Gosh, I'd like to say it was a quite small amount, like 400 quid, but I got a feeling, which isn't a small amount at all, is it? I'm thinking food, drink, everything, but I'm suspecting it's higher than that.
£1,000
Mm,
per
mm.
family is an average. And these statistics, they are available online, readily available online, if you care to have a look, which is quite a lot of money, isn't it, really?
Certainly is.
And for
And
one day.
yeah, totally. And I was thinking as you were saying that, can I remember what I got everyone for last Christmas? Question mark. Can I remember what I had as gifts alone for last Christmas? Not sure. So we place all this significance on all of this spending around this time of year, don't we? But
Yeah.
actually, I bet you if you ask that question in your own household or to your own family, a lot of people wouldn't have placed that so much significance on it as they would remember.
Yeah. So a few handy hints and tips. Now, I am a northern bird at heart. So I do like a budget.
Not wrong with that, lass.
No wrong with that. So first and foremost, find yourself a budget. Decide on what you want your budget to be and stick to it. And to make it easier, you can split this down further into food, drink, presents.
I like that. Yeah. And share that with people. I think people really struggle with the concept of saying to others, times are lean, we cannot spend lots of money, because in some way they attach that sentence to I am not generous. And I think there's something quite liberating about being the first even to say that in the family. So a little while ago in our family, our youngest child in our whole family network became 18, and we were like, okay, now let's just do Secret Santa. Buy, all the adults jump into that, buy one gift for that one person, everyone gets one gift, and we're all adults now, and we don't need that big spending that we might have done in the past. I don't think it was necessary when people were kids either, but that idea of it, and almost you could hear the relief in everyone, because you were the first to say, actually, we can't afford to keep spending all this money on buying gifts for X number of people. Let's just buy one gift and set a budget for that gift, and really enjoy getting that gift. So yeah, I think sometimes when you set a budget and you really clear to others that that's what you're doing.
In certainly my side of the family, for a long time, we have had a limit. So that limit per person has been £15, which actually it doesn't sound a lot, and it's not, but you could buy whatever you want to pretty much for 50, 60, 70 pounds, but you try hunting and finding gifts within that budget, and it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of effort. So actually a lot of thought goes into those gifts.
Yeah, and I have heard of like families, and this is what I was going to say about some of the good side of budget setting, and what you're suggesting is like finding your creative self. So that's a lovely opportunity to find your creative self, you know, make things, stuff, you know, I've received homemade gifts and they've really meant a lot. And also setting challenges, which can be a bit of fun. Like everyone has to buy one gift in a charity shop. And you can't spend more than a £5 or £3 or whatever your budget is. And that's your stocking gift or whatever you want to do. And it has to be homemade or from a charity shop. And those kind of like, they do really get your creative juices flowing then, and you really start thinking about the person and what they enjoy, don't you?
Yeah. So we've touched on gifts and presents in terms of cost, but the other thing to consider is, what do you actually want? Oh, I've got a funny story for you, Tina. So my nana, rest her soul, bought my mum one year a portable bidet.
Oh, interesting gift.
I know, right? I know. Never got used. But get things that people want, or write down if you don't want anything, say, actually, I don't want anything. And that's okay. It's okay not to want anything. I know that I struggle with my Christmas lists, because you know there's only so many socks and pants that you can get, or pajamas, always on the list, pajamas are, but you know what I mean? I don't want stuff just for the sake to make other people feel better that they've given me stuff.
And thinking laterally, you know, listening to you, you know, give experiences. So in a gorgeous envelope that you've decorated beautifully and sparkly or whatever, just put an experience, say, you know, in the 6 months that follow, I'm going to go out for a walk and take you for a coffee and a hot chocolate, or you know, let's do this, or let's go you know, hunting on a beach, or let's go to a forest. Things that are fundamentally free. But I think it's the thought that counts. I know that's such an old saying, but it really is true that if somebody knows you and knows that you love to go swimming, and they say gift you a swim, that they're going to take you to a nice beach and you're going to have a sea swim and you're going to have hot chocolate or whatever, then that's such a gift. And when you open that, you think, oh wow, they really know me. That's just so special. So free stuff, giving of your time is still a currency. It's just not a financial one.
And actually, I think time is can be more important.
Yeah. And if you think about your purpose, you know, we talk about this on and off in our NLP terms, but if your purpose is, you know, if animals are really important to you, then you could wrap up a gift in an idea of donating to a charity, an animal charity that other person also likes, or going to cats protection together. And I don't know what you might do, but you might do anything. And it's kind of like just thinking, how does this fit with my worldview? If your worldview is about not harming the planet, then buying lots of things that are going to end up in a charity shop or in recycling is not going to feel great.
No, it's not cost effective at all, is it? Another thing that's not particularly cost effective, Black Friday sales. What's your view, Tina?
I think it's all the rubbish that they've had all year and they just wheel it out.
Like, so it became a bit of a phenomenon, didn't it? A few years ago, and it was all about the Black Friday sales. But actually, if you have a look at what's actually available and how much of a discount there is, it's not all that beneficial. And how many times have you been to a sale somewhere and bought stuff that actually you don't want? So you've spent, I don't know, 600 quid when you went. It's like Lidl, isn't it? Yeah.
It's like the middle aisle of some
you go into a loaf
supermarket,
of bread and you come back with 6 TVs, a chainsaw, and something else.
Yeah. And I think that we've got in the new year, we've got a bonus episode for you, which will be from Jasmine, who's a kind of decluttering expert who helps people make the most of their possessions, really. Yeah, she'll certainly be picking up around this topic of owning things, acquiring things, how much meaning they have in your life, whether they are helpful or not, sort of thing. And I think this kind of it's a good connection to what you're saying, because we can acquire a lot of stuff. And years and years ago, a guy wrote a book called Affluenza, and it was all about the idea of affluence and getting more stuff, and that you get the thing, the shiny thing, and then it appears, and then you're like, immediately want the next shiny thing. And maybe, just maybe, that's not very satisfying to us as humans. It doesn't meet a certain need in us deeply to feel contented.
So we've talked about that, and now we're going to talk about food.
Food. A lot gets thrown away, doesn't it? I have a certain philosophy in our house, which is it's just one day. Which it really is. If you even celebrate that festival, which not everyone does, B, you can only eat so much. And it's just like, get nice things and enjoy your favorites, but I think it's so and I think there was psychology used in supermarkets to make us over purchase stuff that will end up thrown away is
so
more strong.
More handy hints and tips when it comes to your food. Obviously, we've talked about a budget, so let's talk about our food lists. So essentially, traditionally, your traditional Christmas dinner, it's Sunday dinner, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just a Sunday dinner with a little bit of extra.
Yeah.
So fresh veg can be expensive. Frozen veg is just as good.
Yeah. And a lot of the chefs will tell you that.
Yeah, you don't have to buy an enormous turkey if you don't want to.
Yeah.
No. And it's like pigs in blankets, unless you're vegetarian, in which case no pigs in any blankets.
No.
So be sensible, write your list.
Yeah.
Do you need a starter and a pudding? Well, pudding goes without saying, not being funny.
Hold on there a minute, Kate. We've all got our standards. But you're right, aren't you? And I think it's all the supplementary stuff, like the volume of drinks that are bought and the volume of snacks that are bought, and all of that shenanigans, really. So I'm of the school of thought, have what you enjoy, do a menu plan, like your budget idea, but do that bit of menu planning if you're a sort of a vaguely organized person, and you can set some goals, which is, well, I have this and we'll reuse that, and just just try not to get pulled into the vortex of what the supermarkets do at this time of year.
Yeah. So from an NLP point of view, so we've talked about things. These are all logical things, aren't they? So from an NLP and mindset kind of perspective, we're looking at a strategy, a change in your strategy, a change in your behavior on how you look at things, or how you act on things. Are you the kind of person that sees it, wants it, buys it?
And thinking it, I like to draw little pictures in my mind of these things, as you know, Kate. As you're talking, I'm thinking of like this season being like a bit of a roller coaster. So in the UK, the clocks have just gone back, and we're heading for that time of year where it'll all be about the festive season now. And it feels like a roller coaster. And I used to be on the roller coaster, on the ride. I'll get this, and look at that, and look at this, and I better do that. And I've bought one gift for one person, but that doesn't look enough compared to the two gifts I got this other person. All that stuff my head used to do, super unhelpful. So if you imagine like Christmas, we'll give it a name of Christmas, but imagine it's this roller coaster with glitter and shininess on it, and you're on it. Well, instead of being on it, imagine you're stepping off it. And what you're doing is you're going to stand and watch the roller coaster with everyone else on it, bless them. And you're going to hold the coats and wait till everyone gets off the ride. But you can still, see and watch the experience, but don't be on it. And if you have that mental feeling that Kate's talking about, which is like, I am on a roller coaster, and it's taking me to heights I don't want to spend, and lows where I feel I'm not really doing Christmas properly, whatever that means, get off it.
Yeah. So other hand, now I need to take a leaf out of my own book, really, when it comes to impulsive purchases. Went to a garden centre yesterday with the family, my mum and dad. Had a very lovely time. It was very nice. We bought a giant Christmas rat.
A Christmas rat?
A Christmas rat. It's just beautiful. It's a thing of wonder. I love it. We didn't need it.
Yeah. But what you've got to do now it's in your possession.
It's sitting on my banister.
You've got to enjoy that rat year in, year out. And basically, in a future episode, we'll be talking about building your own traditions and not being tied into other people's. But if your tradition now includes the rat comes out, happy days, year in, year out.
I tell you what, listeners, we'll see if we can put a picture of my Ratus on.
Follow us on our social media, because Kate's rat will be making an appearance.
Yes, that's my rat.
And anything that we think will help you, we'll pop in the show notes. So do have a look at those as well. But you're absolutely right. Some of budgeting or making the most of your money around this time of year is a real stark reality for many. But for all of us, it's a little bit of a mindset too. Yeah,
absolutely. I think the final thing from me on this is to forgive yourself for previous mistakes or things, because there's no point dwelling over stuff that's already happened, things that you've already bought and now regret unless you can take them back. But actually it's learning from it. So let's just say you've spent X amount, and it's knowing actually I can stop.
Yeah. And that's what I used to do. This is a good NLP trick. That's what I used to do. And I forgive myself for that. And I'm not going to guilt myself for that. That's what I used to do. But now I've had a bit of an awakening, and this is what I now do. This is what I do now. And I'm happy with that.
Absolutely.
What a great way.
Go on.
No, I was going to say, what a great way to wrap up an episode, I think I was going to say. But have you anything else you want to add, Kate?
No, just great minds, really.
Oh.
Great minds. So throughout this series, we will be doing lots of different episodes on lots of different things. Obviously, if you do have any questions or want more information, we'll be putting some links below each episode so that you can find out information.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us on the holidays coming.
Don't say the name of the lorry, though.
No, but everyone wants to see it when it goes through their town. We'll see you soon, everybody. Take care.
All right, guys. Take care. Have a great one.
To A Lift to Work, please subscribe, share with your friends, and follow us.
Make your comments below. So this is a quick disclaimer from us that just says that whilst we are registered practitioners, if you have listened to anything that has caused a trigger or you feel like you need medical attention or support, please go and see your GP or other registered healthcare professional.
Absolutely, because this podcast is for educational and fun reasons. Thank you,
Lots
everyone.
of fun.
Bye.